Davis Ford in Fulton is built on customer service. It's been a founding pillar of Davis Ford since opening our doors in 1964. We are proud to announce winning the 2022 Ford President's Award for Customer Service. Davis Ford was the only dealer in Mississippi to achieve this award, marking a record-setting 20th time. Davis Ford would like to say thank you to our valued customers. We wouldn't be here without you and your commitment to us.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC Athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
They say Diet Coke is a mom's drink. Well, you copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music. Now, copy her drink. Drink what your mama gave you.
Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
This is a place to create your future. And when you get here, you realize you're not alone. You meet new people and make connections. It's not always about knowing exactly where you're going. Sometimes it's about finding your own way. It's working together to build something bigger than ourselves. It's hard work, but lots of fun. We come for the quality education, but we leave with an unparalleled experience. Itawamba Community College, the best start here.
Davis Ford in Fulton is built on customer service. It's been a founding pillar of Davis Ford since opening our doors in 1964. We are proud to announce winning the 2022 Ford President's Award for Customer Service. Davis Ford was the only dealer in Mississippi to achieve this award, marking a record-setting 20th time. Davis Ford would like to say thank you to our valued customers. We wouldn't be here without you and your commitment to us.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we're just moments away from that Guaranty Bank opening pitch here in Game 2 between ICC and Northeast. The umpires going through checking the bats right now, then they'll meet at home plate between the two head coaches. If you're just now joining us, ICC dropped a 3-1 decision in the first game of the day. Missed opportunities for the Indians as they left 4 runners on the base, 2 of those in scoring position there in Game 1. So ICC looking to rebound, see if they can pick up the win here in Game 2. Northeast, who is, by the way, number 17 team in the country, improved to 26-11, 5-4 in conference play with the win. ICC slipped to 13-9, 5-6 inside conference play. Let's take a look at the Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works starting lineups here for Game 2, and let's start with ICC. To be Turner to lead things off. She's the shortstop. Day Jones in center. Smith will be at third. Tyree will be the DP. McLean will be catching. Beckley will be in right field. Shaw will be pitching. Martin will be in left field, and Cooper will be at second. Stegall will be the flex position playing first base. For Northeast, it'll look like this. Leading things off will be Harmon, Holcomb, I do it again, folks, and I mess up the name every time. The reason why I messed it up this time, I actually realized I did not write down the positions for Northeast as I wrote those down. So let me just go ahead and do that this way. So it's going to be Harmon at second, Holcomb in right, Carnathan is going to be your shortstop, Rogers is at first, Meeks will be in left field, Minshew will be catching, it'll be Savage at third base, McKinney will be the DP, Calicut will be in center field, and your pitcher here, well, she shares the same last name as our pitcher because they're twins. It'll be Jana Shaw, so sisters will be battling in the circle here in Game 2. Jana Shaw pitching for Northeast, Julia Shaw pitching for ICC. That is your Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works starting lineups. ICC and Coke, now that's a winning combination. And Coach Ernest and Coach Hawkins hope they have that same winning combination put together here in Game 2 to earn a split with the Tigers. We're going to take a timeout, hear a few words from our sponsors, and be back with that Guaranteed Bank opening pitch right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Davis Ford in Fulton is built on customer service. It's been a founding pillar of Davis Ford since opening our doors in 1964. We are proud to announce winning the 2022 Ford President's Award for customer service. Davis Ford was the only dealer in Mississippi to achieve this award, marking a record-setting 20th time. Davis Ford would like to say thank you to our valued customers. We wouldn't be here without you and your commitment to us.
Guaranteed Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC Athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranteed Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we're just moments away from the start of Game 2 here between ICC and Northeast. As we mentioned, Northeast won the first game of the day, 3-1. As for ICC, it'll be the 1-2-3 batters due up. It'll be Hallie Turner, Day Jones, and Smith scheduled up here in the top of the first inning here in Game 1. Indians would like to see if they can find a way to strike early and kind of get back in this one. As that pitch is in there for a strike, and it comes your way at 7:18. That's a Guaranteed Bank Game 2 opening pitch coming your way at 7:18. This pitch fouled off. And 0-2 now is the count. Well, here's something interesting. My clock said 7:18 when I look down. Now it says 7:17. Technology, baby. 0-2 is the count. This pitch popped up. Going to be trouble. It's going to drop for a base hit. That's what the Indians needed to start the contest there. Turner puts them where they ain't, drops that one in front of the left fielder, and that'll go for a base hit to start Game 2.
Number 1, Sammy Day Jones.
And now this will bring up Sammy Day Jones to the plate. No outs and a runner at first. This is actually the first time today ICC has got the leadoff batter on base. So Day Jones will dig in, shows bunt, lays it down as a beauty. There's only one play, and it's going to be the first, and it's in time for the sacrifice bunt. 1-3 on the putout. Well, as we mentioned, an interesting tale of the tape here in Game 2.
Jesse Smith.
We've got twin sisters pitching against each other. Jana Shaw is in the circle here for Northeast. We'll look at some numbers on her in a moment, as there was a foul ball from baseball that came over in the field. Jana, 6-3 on the year. This is her 18th appearance. She does have one save. She has 48 1/3 innings pitched. Is that pitch high for a ball? She has given up 48 hits, 30 runs, 15 of those earned. She's walked 5, struck out 27. Has an ERA of 2.17. That pitch missing. 2-0 now is the count. So Turner was able to advance on that sacrifice bunt. This pitch down the line, right fielder can't get to it. This is going to score a run. This is going to go for a Davis Ford double off the bat of Smith. Exactly what the Indians needed to start the contest was a quick answer.
Number 30, Riley Tyree.
After that disappointing performance in Game 1, well, they did just that. A Davis Ford double by Smith that scores Tyree, and ICC leads this one 1-0 here in the first. So now this will be Tyree at the plate. She grounds one to the shortstop. Only play is over to first in time. The runner does advance to third on the play. Score that one 6-3 to put out Tyree. And now with 2 outs in the inning, this is going to bring McLean to the plate. So 2 away now, and McLean will come to the dish. Runner at third, that's Smith, who doubled down the line and right to push across Turner, who started the game with a single to left. So McLean, listen to that first pitch. It's in the dirt, blocked up nicely there by the catcher. That's Minshew behind the plate as it kind of bounced off her knee and rolled forward. If that one gets by, not a whole lot of room to run if the ball gets away, but if it bounces away off the wall, could be a different story. So 1-0 is the count. This one blasted, it's to the gap, and that's going to score another run. And this is going to go for another Davis Ford double. Big start to the game there for ICC as McLean gets the Davis Ford double to score Smith, and ICC out to a 2-0 lead here with still 2 outs here in the first, and this is going to bring Beckley to the plate. Infield going to come in here with anticipation of a slap hit attempt from Beckley. Runner at second. Pitch missing outside for a ball. Well, you see how the outfield's playing. They're shifting her a little bit to the left, so if Beckley can rip something past the second baseman, could be a little bit of trouble here for Northeast. That one's going to be fouled back. 1-1 now is the count. Beckley, a two-sport star here at ICC. She was a member of the women's basketball team. Made that run all the way to the NJCAA Region 23 semifinals. Wasted no time getting on the softball field. As that pitch missing inside for a ball. 2-1 is the count. Matter of fact, as a runner, though, a delayed steal ends up at third. It's kind of caught everybody by surprise, including myself. So 2-1 now is the count. There's a shot, but a nice play by Shaw to scoop that one up. Put it where I thought might be able to sneak through, but a great play there by Shaw defending her position to block that one up and get the final out of the inning. But ICC, 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. We'll take a timeout as we've already given you our Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works starting lineups. But let's hear from Coke one more time and be back with more right after this.
They say Diet Coke is a mom's drink. Well, you copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music. Now, copy her drink. Drink what your mama gave you.
Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
Davis Ford in Fulton is built on customer service. It's been a founding pillar of Davis Ford since opening our doors in 1964. We are proud to announce winning the 2022 Ford President's Award for Customer Service. Davis Ford was the only dealer in Mississippi to achieve this award, marking a record-setting 20th time. Davis Ford would like to say thank you to our valued customers. We wouldn't be here without you and your commitment to us.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head now to the bottom of the first inning. 1, 2, 3 batters due up here for Northeast. Harmon, Holcomb, and Carnathan scheduled up. ICC gets a pair of Davis Ford doubles to drive in 2 runs. Smith and McLean with both of those hits, and ICC leads it 2-0 here in the bottom of the first. Lights are on here at the ballpark. Is that pitch missing low for a ball? 1-0 is the count. Well, later start than we normally do in softball, especially at home games, as don't play very many night games. Of course, typically whenever ICC and Northeast do play each other, you want to play a little bit later in the afternoon in order to be able to get as many fans there as possible. So that first pitch missing for a ball. That one in there for a strike. 1-1 now is the count here to the second baseman, Harmon. Got to look back and find the name of the young lady from Northeast that slid into the fence. That was Sydney Bean. Good to see her up walking around between the games. She's not in the lineup here in game 2. As there's a swing and a miss. 1-2 now is the count. If you missed that, of course, we didn't see it on the tape as she was going after a foul ball, slid and just smashed into the fence down the left field line, but she had some ice on her lip and she looked to be okay as she was walking around with her teammates between games. Awaiting the 1-2 pitch here from Shaw. This one fouled back and will stay at 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, and no outs. Harmon starting us off here in the bottom of the first inning for Northeast. Trying to get her to chase one outside. Good eye on the part of Harmon to hold off on that one. 2-2 now is the count. Wind not blowing as hard as it was earlier, but still blowing out towards left field. 2-2 is the count now here on Harmon. That one missing low and inside. First time we've broadcast out here at the softball complex in Boonville. We'll give you the dimensions of the field after this pitch as the count now goes full here to Harmon. And that pitch misses low, so it'll be a leadoff walk issued to Harmon. This is the dimensions of the field right now here for Northeast. Down both lines, 200. To the gap is 216 on both sides of the field, and dead center is at 220 with a pretty tall wall out there in center field. So a leadoff walk issued there to Harmon, and this will be the right fielder Holcomb coming to the dish here for Northeast. ICC scored 2 in the top part of the inning. Runner goes, throw is more than in time, and that's an out. Chloe McLean, for the second time today, has thrown the runner out trying to steal second. Got her by a mile on that one, and a big time out there to erase that leadoff walk. That pitch missing, or actually, did they call it a strike? Yes, they did. I guess she swung at it. I was watching the runner go in that situation. But 0-1 now is the count. That one hops across for a ball. 1-1 now is the count here to Holcomb. So 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out here in the bottom of the first. ICC leading it 2-0. This pitch fouled right back into your living room. 1-2 now is the count. Well, a very unique view of the field here as we are close to the field, but very high above it. As the count now 1-2 here to Holcomb. That pitch outside. Missing for a ball. 2-2 now. The count to Holcomb. We've mentioned she's playing in right field today. 2-2 pitch coming from Shaw. Fouls it back and we'll stay at 2-2. If you're just now joining us, 3-1 was the final score of the first game of the day. Northeast was able to pick up the win in that one. ICC trying to bounce back and earn a split here with the rivals in Boonville. 2-2 is the count here to Holcomb. Carnathan is on deck for Northeast. And that pitch runs inside, nearly hits her. ICC fans kind of get a little chippy out there right now, but no way that was a strike, as that one was well inside. So now the count goes full at 3-2. Liner and a catch by Shaw. Well, we saw her sister do it, and Julia returning serve right there. Great job defending her position reaching across her body and catching the line out for out number 2.
Number 5, Caitlin Carnathan.
I want to go back and correct myself. I said that was some ICC fans getting a little rowdy after they thought that was strike 3. That's not the case. That's the baseball game going over to our left here in Boonville. That was their fans getting a little rowdy over there. Now this is Carnathan, the shortstop at the plate. Takes that first pitch in there for a strike. So if you hear some oddball cheering, booing, whatnot, it is the baseball game going over there. I think it might be Boonville and Belmont playing each other. So if that is the case, a little inter-county rivalry going on there. Is I think Belmont's in Prentice County. I may be wrong. I think it may be Alcorn County. I think I'm wrong on that. Either way, 0-2 now is the count here to Carnathan. Pitch missing outside, 1-2 now goes the count. That's what happens sometimes. Usually Michael Upton joins us, but being on the road, he had some things that he had to take care of tonight. So whenever I get to rambling, it could be trouble. Swing and a miss for strike 3.
To the Tigers, no runs, no hits, no errors.
Big time Renaissance Bank strikeout there, the first of the game for Shaw. 3 up, 3 down, go the Tigers in the home half of the first. 2-0 is the score. Let's hear from Renaissance Bank and be back with more right after this.
Another great Saturday of college football.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next? What's next?
What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
what's next?
Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
Here's your Little Caesar slices and sticks. Half Italian cheese sticks, half pepperoni pizza.
It's the world's greatest combination.
Carl? How could you?
Sorry, PB&J. I wanted to try new things.
Oh, no. 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 No!
Have some for yourself.
Yes. No!
Get hot and ready slices and sticks for $6.99. Walk in and walk out between 4 and 8 p.m.
Pizza, pizza.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head now to the top of the second inning. 2-0, ICC with the lead after a pair of Davis Ford doubles off the bat of Smith and McLean in the top of the first. As now to be the 7, 8, 9 batters due up here for ICC in the top of the second to be Julia Shaw, Shaw, Martin, and Cooper. Tamaya Martin, and then Camden Cooper scheduled up. So you've got Julia Shaw at the plate, Janice Shaw in the circle. Twin sisters doing battle here, and it's going to be a single to start the inning. Well, Julia starts the inning off with a hard hit single out to right field off her twin sister. Second inning in a row that ICC has started the inning with a single, and now Northeast is going to come out and talk to the pitcher here. As Tamaya Martin coming to the dish, and looks like we may have a call to the bullpen. And that's going to be the case, so we're going to take a break and be back with more right after this.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
Is a man of many talents. Not only an athlete and a sportscaster, but also an expert cartographer, an amateur alchemist, a surprisingly gifted poet.
What rhymes with encroachment?
But his true talent lies in the art of banking.
With Renaissance Bank's great products, rewards, and easy-to-use online tools, every transaction is a masterpiece.
You might refer to Kirk as a Renaissance man.
But I call myself a Renaissance man.
Davis Ford in Fulton is built on customer service. It's been a founding pillar of Davis Ford since opening our doors in 1964. We are proud to announce winning the 2022 Ford President's Award for Customer Service. Davis Ford was the only dealer in Mississippi to achieve this award, marking a record-setting 20th time. Davis Ford would like to say thank you to our valued customers. We wouldn't be here without you and your commitment to us.
Well, I apologize. I just realized that my mic was muted there.
Number 13, Camden Cooper.
So let's go back over those stats on Alyssa Gray, your new pitcher in the circle here for Northeast. As that pitch in there for strike. She's got an ERA of 2.37, 3-0 on the year. She's got, this is her 15th appearance, no saves, has worked 38 1/3 innings, has given up 34 hits, has 15 runs, 13 of those earned, and you've got 20 walks to 19 strikeouts as Lakin Nichols is entering to run here for the Indians in place of Shaw. This pitch fouled back and it catches the catcher. And so they'll give her a chance to kind of walk this one off as 1-2 now goes the count. Coach Andy Kurt checking in and said he was trying his best to get a text to go through to say that my mic was muted. That might have been a blessing to everybody watching versus those that may be on the road having to listen versus watching. 1-2 now is the count. Swing and a miss. 4 strike 3, changed up the speed on that one. That is the first Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day for Gray, who entered to replace Shaw after Shaw gave up a single to right to her sister Julia Shaw. 2-0 is the score. 2 outs now in the inning, and we're back to the top of the lineup with Turner. Turner stands in, takes that first pitch for strike 1. Nichols running over at second in place of Shaw. Of course, that'll be flip-flopped on the substitution in the exchange of the innings. And Shaw pops this one up left side. Third baseman to go over. Will have room and squeeze it for the out. So the Indians leave a runner stranded in scoring position. No runs off 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. We'll take the timeout. Hear a few words from our sponsors and come back with the bottom half of the second. ICC leads it 2-0. Back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
When I think of ICC, I think about home.
The moment I stepped on campus, I knew it was a perfect fit.
It helped me find my true self.
It has opened doors for me that I didn't even know existed.
Everyone here wants you to succeed.
I was able to get involved here and make a real difference.
I've met my closest friends here.
There's something for everyone to be involved with.
I've gained skills to succeed in the workforce.
It's been the best experience.
High school seniors, listen up. Your journey at Itawamba Community College begins now. Registration for ICC's orientation sessions is now open. This free, required, and incredibly beneficial event is a must. Discover the ins and outs of campus life, create your class schedule for the fall. Spots are filling up fast, so don't miss out. Register for one of our spring or summer sessions at www.iccms.edu/orientation.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head now to the bottom of the second inning. ICC leading this one by the score of 2-0. as it'll be the 4, 5, 6 batters due up, Rogers, Meeks, and Minshew. Shaw still in the circle here for the Indians. Big swing and a miss there for Rogers. Strike one. We invite you to join us right back here on the Red Channel tomorrow as we'll have baseball between ICC and Northeast. That game scheduled to start at 2 p.m. there in Fulton. Line drive, second baseman gets past the diving second baseman, and that go for a base hit as a baseball coming back into the field of play here. So Rogers will reach on the single up the middle. And now this will bring up the left fielder Meeks to the plate. So Meeks will dig in with the runner at first. 2-0 ICC with the lead here. That pitch in there for a strike. Snap throw down to first is not in time, as Rogers gets back just standing up on the base. McLean has picked off a couple of runners today. Actually, one in game one and has already picked off one here in game two. As 0-1 is the count now here to Meeks. Meeks shows bunt, lays it down, only one play, and it's a beauty. And it's going to get the runner over in time, as that's going to be a sacrifice bunt. 1-3 on the putout as the runner advanced to second. That sacrifice bunt being brought to you by the ICC Baptist Student Union. They remind you reminded you of the ultimate sacrifice pay for your sins fitting with Easter coming up this weekend. Now one out and a runner at first, and this is going to be Minshew, the catcher at the plate here for the Tigers. So Minshew will dig in with one out and a runner at second. First pitch missing outside for a ball. Again, I do apologize. Hopefully it don't sound this way, but to me, it sounds like I'm talking in a barrel. As allergies have been just, for a lack of better words and to keep it PG, heck to pay this week. And last week as well. As there's a big swing and a miss. 1-1 now is the count. So 1 ball, 1 strike, and no outs. Minshew at the plate. 2-0 ICC with the lead here in the bottom of the second. Waiting the 1-1 offering here. This pitch popped up and just over my head here in the ICC Alumni Association and Foundation broadcast booth. Remind you, if you'd like to donate to the ICC softball team, you can do so by visiting iccms.edu/Indian Club. That's iccms.edu/Indian Club. That pitch fouled back as well. We'll stay at 1-2 now here on Minshew. Now, if you would also like to contribute to the broadcast, you can do so by selecting the sports information option there on the Indian Club as well. So 1-2 is the count. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Another clutch Renaissance Bank strikeout, second of the game for Julius Shaw. And now with 2 outs and a runner at second, this is going to bring Savage to the plate here. She's playing third in game 2. So a runner at first, that's Rogers, who singled to start the inning. Or excuse me, runner at second. She singled to start the inning as this pitch is popped up. And the first baseman will come over and make the play for the out. The bat ended up in the middle of the field after it took a weird hop out of the hands of Savage. Maybe a little upset that she popped that one up that time. So the Indians get out of the inning with no damage done. We played 2 here in game 2. ICC leads it 2-0. We'll take a break, hear a few words from our sponsors, including Renaissance Bank, and be back with more right after this.
Kirk Herbstreit is a man of many talents. Not only an athlete and a sportscaster, but also a maestro of the clarinet. A famous speed solver.
Piece of cake.
A noted cheese connoisseur.
Limburger.
But his true talent lies in the art of banking.
With Renaissance Bank's great products, rewards, and easy-to-use online tools, every transaction is a masterpiece.
You might refer to Kirk as a Renaissance man.
But I call myself a Renaissance man.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head now to the top of the third. It'll be the 2-3-4 batters due up. Day Jones, Smith, and Tyree. Day Jones had a sacrifice bunt in her first at bat. Takes that off-speed pitch in there for a strike. 0-1 is the count here to the sophomore center fielder. Northeast look like they're already sending someone else to the bullpen here. As that pitch missing low for a ball. 1-1 now is the count. Janice Shaw got to start. Went an inning plus before getting pulled and replaced by Gray, who is in the circle here. As that off-speed pitch lifted, left fielder will come underneath it and get the out for out number 1. Thought for a second it might have a chance to knife its way down, but a good job of reacting to the ball out there in left field by Meeks. As it hung up a little bit more than anticipated. And so now with one out, this will bring Smith to the plate. Smith doubled down the line and right to push across Turner back in the first inning. And this time she rips this one, but on a rope out there to left field. Boy, that one was hit hard. But the left fielder just took a hop to her, or excuse me, center fielder took a hop to her left. And was able to reel that one in. So 2 quick outs here in the top of the third. And this is going to bring Riley Tyree to the plate. Tyree nearly sent one out of the ballpark in game 1. Stands in, looks at that pitch high for a ball. 1-0 is the count. Matter of fact, it would have been a 2-run home run, but it hit just underneath the yellow padding out there on the outfield wall and left. As this pitch fouled back and out of play. 1-1 now is the count. Would have sent it into the student sitting out there in left field, right next to the scoreboard as you see there on your screen. 1-1 now is the count. All-speed pitch is a beauty. Catches the corner for a strike. 1-2 now is the count. So the 1-2 pitch coming to Tyree. Tyree pops this one up. Out of play, heading into the parking lot. Will 2-hop its way into the backside of a Nissan Rogue with Itawamba Community College on the back of it. Raphael moved where we parked. So 1-2 now is the count. And Tyree hammers this one deep, but it's going to be foul. That one sounded really good, but just ahead of that one that time. As 1-2 now is the count here to Riley Tyree, who is the DP. Man, I have stumbled over myself in both these broadcasts today. I apologize for those that are trying to sit through and listen to this. That pitch missing hanging outside for a ball. 2-2 now is the count. If Tyree were to reach, then Chloe McClain would be on deck for the Indians. She had a Davis Ford double in her only at bat so far. There's a shot ripped, but a great stop over at third. The throw across the way is in time. What a play on that one there. 5-3 on the putout. ICC goes 3 up, 3 down. There in the top of the third. We're going to take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Ooh, fumble. Let's give her a Renaissance replay. Make the right call with Renaissance and get cell phone protection with Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking. Sign up today.
$5 for my own money?
That's a bad call. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Sign up for Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking with ATM refunds today.
Davis Ford in Fulton is built on customer service. It's been a founding pillar of Davis Ford since opening our doors in 1964. We are proud to announce winning the 2022 Ford President's Award for Customer Service. Davis Ford was the only dealer in Mississippi to achieve this award, marking a record-setting 20th time. Davis Ford would like to say thank you to our valued customers. We wouldn't be here without you and your commitment to us.
And welcome back to action now as we head to the bottom of the third inning. I tell you what, I was scared for a minute as we talked about the ball bouncing up and hitting the vehicle. Well, Brittany Wildman checked in and said, tell me it didn't bust the window. It did not. It actually just hit a couple of times, bounced up, and caught the under part of the vehicle. So we're good there. We're good there. Don't call Tim Center on me just yet. So headed to the bottom of the third inning. Appreciate Brittany and her crew tuning in here on the ICC Sports Network. 8-9-1 batters due up here for Northeast in the bottom of the third. And it's going to be McKinney, the DP, to start us off here. Julia Shaw still in the circle for ICC. That pitch high for a ball. 1-0 is the count. 2-0 is the score. A pair of Davis Ford doubles in the first inning by Smith and McLean is where we're at right now. That scoring update being brought to you by Samstown Market in Manatee. That pitch in there for a strike. So 1 ball, 1 strike is the situation here on McKinney. McKinney, Calicut, and then back to the top of the lineup in Harmon here for the Tigers in the bottom of the third. Big swing and a miss there. 1-2 now is the count. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, and no outs. ICC trying to earn a split with the Tigers after dropping the first game of the day 3-1. Off-speed pitch, missing low. Not a bad spot to miss. If she did make contact, this would have been a routine ground ball, or what should have been a routine ground ball if she would have made contact. 2-2 now is the count here to McKinney. So waiting the 2-2 pitch here from Shaw. This one popped up, back, it's going to get out of play. And that one is going to roll back into the crowd and doesn't hit anybody. That's a good thing. As you heard a lot of fans start telling folks to have the heads up as that one was rolling back. 2-2 now is the count here after that foul ball on McKinney. Shaw will get the signal and toe the rubber and get set to deliver the pitch here. That one ripped, but what a play over there at third by Smith. As that one was absolutely blistered down the line. Smith caught that one, zipped it over, and got McKinney out for out number 1. Heck of a play there by Smith at third. That could be an early nominee for a What a Play Wednesday. And so now this will be Calicut coming to the plate. She'll dig in with 1 out and nobody on. Takes that first pitch high for a ball. 1-0 is the count here to Calicut. Great defensive play we just saw there by Jesse Smith. Is that pitch in there for a strike? 1-1 now is the count. So 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. 2-0 ICC with the lead here in the bottom of the third over Northeast here in game 2. Shaw's pitch. Off speed, missing low. 2-1 now is the count here to the center fielder, Calicut. So the 2-1 pitch coming. That one runs inside. Now the count goes 3-1. Some of the ICC fans wanted that one for a strike, but instead the count now moves to 3-1 here to Calicut. 1 out, nobody on. Awaiting the pitch here from Shaw. This one Soft roller. Took an awkward hop, but nice job over there at second by Cooper to find that one off the oddball hop. And gets out number 2, 4-3 on the putout. Well, that one kind of hit like it was going to run up the right side of the second baseman. She puts her glove down, that it has a little spin on it, and it instantly kicks left on her. She's able to reach across her body, grab it, and get the toss out. 4-3 on the putout. For those of you scoring at home, now 2 outs. We go back to the top of the lineup here in Harmon. Nobody on here in the bottom of the third. ICC leading 2-0. And that's going to be a hit batter. Well, we saw the same situation in game 1. Well, that time Harmon was hit by the pitch, but she pulled back on the bat versus trying to commit to the bunt. And so it will be hit by pitch with 2 outs. And now this will bring Holcomb to the plate, who lined out back to Shaw in the first. So hit by pitch with 2 outs, puts a runner at first, and brings Holcomb, the right fielder, to the plate. There's 2 outs here in the inning. ICC leading 2-0. This pitch popped up. Cooper will come up and make the play, and a nice job there getting the next batter to pop up for a routine out. We've played 3. ICC leads it 2-0. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Ankle sprains are one of the most common sports injuries, with an estimated 25,000 occurring every day in the United States. Sprains can happen with any sport, including just walking across the yard. Ankle sprains are most common in ball sports such as basketball, soccer, volleyball, and others. As with any injury, your body quickly sends blood to start healing the process, which leads to the swelling. Rest, ice, compression, elevation, known as RICE, is a good way to treat an ankle sprain. This decreases the swelling, lessens your pain, and allows your body to heal the injury. Studies have shown that the sooner you return to activity, the better and typically the faster you will recover. Depending on the amount of injury to the ligaments, it may be days, weeks, or even months to return to high-intensity sports. Sometimes recovery may be slow, but if it gets better day by day or week by week, you are on the right path. If the ankle seems to stop improving and you just can't get back to your activities, then it's time to come see us at the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi. Remember, our story is you.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Getting set to start the 4th inning here. ICC leads it 2-0 as Northeast picks up the win, 3-1 in game 1. ICC trying to pull even here with a win in game 2. As for ICC, it'll be the 5, 6, 7 batters due up. McLean, Beckley, and Shaw scheduled up here for ICC in the top of the 4th. The Indians would love to pick up some insurance runs here in the inning. McLean doubled to score a run. She also, doubled to drive in a run. She stole a base, but was left stranded at third back in the first. That first pitch in there for a strike. ICC with 4 hits so far here in the contest, only 1 for Northeast. As this one lifted and shortstop can't get to it. That'll be the 2nd hit of the game there for McLean. That one just over the head of the shortstop, who made the running effort after the ball but couldn't find it. And so now with no outs in the inning, this will bring up Allie Beckley to the plate. Beckley, a switch hitter, probably will have a runner coming in here in this situation, and we are, as McLean will be replaced on the bases by, looks like that is going to be, well, her hair's in the way. That is going to be number 9, Brianna Clemens. So Bri will come in to run. I should have known that. I know how Bri wears her hair.
Pitch running at first base for ICC number 9, Bri Clemens.
So Bri will enter to run here as Beckley shows bunt, lays it down, and that one's going to go foul. For sure foul on that one, unlike the one we saw in game 1. As that'll go for strike 1 there on Beckley. So 0-1 is the count. Beckley at the plate, trying to lay down that sack bunt to advance the runner. This time swings and puts it off the netting. 0-2 now is the count. Beckley playing in right field, grounded out to the pitcher in her first at bat. That was to end the first. Looking to redeem herself with a base hit here. This one popped up and is going to get out of play. And so the count will stay 0-2 here to Allie Beckley. We were talking about Allie. She was on the basketball team that advanced all the way to the NJCAA Region 23 semifinals. They were put out in the semifinals the day that there's a hit right back up the middle. As that's back-to-back singles now. Nice at bat there by Beckley. But to finish that thought, the day they were put out was, I believe, the day before we played Gulf Coast in softball. So that tells you that she hasn't really had a whole lot of time on the diamond so far, but a nice single right back up the middle. ICC with runners on first and second and no outs. And this is Julia Shaw. She had a single to the gap in right in her last at bat. Looking to help her own cause here with a base hit. That pitch in there for a strike. You've got Clemens at second. She's running for McLean, who started the inning off with a single. Beckley at first, so two speedsters on the bags here for ICC. All-speed pitch, and it's a beauty. Fell right in there for a strike. 0-2 now is the count here to Julia Shaw. So Shaw now with a 0-2 count. Going to have to guard the dish here. Listen to that pitch outside. Not a bad spot to miss, as that one was close, but a little low and outside for ball one. Couldn't get Shaw to chase one there. 1-2 now is the count. One thing you got to be careful of, Shaw can hit for power. As that pitch up high, 2-2 now is the count. She had that big two-run home run in the 3-2 win over number 2 Pearl River last week, I should say. That's a big swing and a miss there, and that's a clutch Renaissance Bank strikeout. That is the first of the game there for Gray, second of the game for Gray. First out of the inning, and now this will bring Martin to the dish.
Left fielder number 7, Tamaya Martin.
Martin grounded out to third. As now the third base, my goodness, look how close the third baseman's in. And Martin swings on the first pitch she sees, fouls that one back off the netting for strike one. So Savage, boy, she's living up to her last name there, as she is in tight. As that pitch missing low and outside for a ball. 1-1 now is the count here to Martin. Martin, slow roller to the third baseman. Throw over is in time. As 5-3 on the putout. And right where Savage was standing is right where Martin put it. And so now with 2 outs in the inning, this is going to bring Cooper to the plate. She struck out swinging in her last at bat. Would love to redeem herself here with a base hit with runners at second and third with 2 outs here in the inning. This is what haunted the Indians in game 1. Runners on the bases in scoring position, but couldn't get anything going. As that pitch in there for a strike here to Cooper. Cooper playing second base. ICC leading it 2-0 here in the top of the fourth. Trying to pick up some insurance runs. Northeast, however, looking to get out of the inning here. 0-1 is the count to Cooper. Hard hit ball down the line, but it's going to go foul. So 0-2 now is the count here to Cooper. We're in the top of the fourth inning. Game 2 between ICC and Northeast. 2-0 ICC with the lead. Trying to earn a split here on the road with the Tigers. That pitch missing outside. Not a bad pitch at all there by Gray. Is good eye on the part of Cooper to hang off on that one. 1-2 now is the count. That pitch low and outside. 2-2 now is the count here to Cooper. So a couple of pitches that you can play with there to see if you can get her chase on, but Cooper did a good job of holding off on those. Now the count goes 2-2. Off-speed pitch, late on it, out to left field, and rightfully so. The left fielder checked up on that one before trying to make a play on it. As we saw earlier, Sydney Bean just wickedly crash into that fence out there in left field. She actually dove for the ball on her knees, and the turf allowed her to carry through into the fence, and it was a pretty nasty landing, but she was okay. As now the 2-2 pitch again. That one inside. Count goes 3-2. So you know that's going to be in the back of the head of anybody trying to make a play on a foul ball the rest of the evening here. So now the count goes full. 3-2 here to Cooper. Cooper reaches down, swings on it. Second baseman finds it, throws it over in time for the out. Boy, a big time out there as once again the Indians leaving runners on in scoring position. As that is, they've left 4 on the bags, all of those in scoring position so far here in the game. They lead it 2-0. We'll take a break and be back with the bottom of the fourth right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
High school seniors, listen up. Your journey at Itawamba Community College begins now. Registration for ICC's orientation sessions is now open. This free, required, and incredibly beneficial event is a must. Discover the ins and outs of campus life, create your class schedule for the fall. Spots are filling up fast, so don't miss out. Register for one of our spring or summer sessions at www.iccms.edu/orientation.
Davis Ford in Fulton is built on customer service. It's been a founding pillar of Davis Ford since opening our doors in 1964. We are proud to announce winning the 2022 Ford President's Award for Customer Service. Davis Ford was the only dealer in Mississippi to achieve this award, marking a record-setting 20th time. Davis Ford would like to say thank you to our valued customers. We wouldn't be here without you and your commitment to us.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head now to the bottom of the fourth inning. ICC leading this one 2-0. Again, had a chance to put some insurance runs on the board, but couldn't do so. And so to be the 3, 4, 5 batters due up here for Northeast. This is going to be Carnathan to start off the Tigers here. Carnathan, Rogers, and Meek. Julia Shaw still in the circle here for the Indians. Swing and a miss for strike one by Carnathan. She struck out to end the first inning. One of 2 Renaissance Bank strikeout victims so far here this evening for Shaw. Grounder right back up the middle. Shaw reaches out, finds it, zips it across for the out. 1-3. Nice job once again by Shaw. Seen her make that play earlier. Good job defending her position. A lot of people don't realize just it looks routine, but it's not a routine play. You know, you're going from a focus of attention on the glove where it's going to go to it immediately finding the ball and having to reach across her body to find that one, and then have the wherewithal to zip it across and get some of these speedsters to get the out. And so 1 away now, and this is going to be Rogers. She hammers this one deep, deep, deep center field, and it's going to be off the base of the wall, and that's going to go for a double. Well, that'll wake up some of the Northeast faithful here, as that is going to be her second hit of the game. And it's going to be the second hit of the game also for Northeast. So a clutch hit there. As we said, that one had a chance to carry, but off the base of the wall out there in left center. And so now this is going to bring Meeks to the plate. She had a sacrifice bunt in her last at bat. Looks at that first pitch missing low for a ball. 1-0 the count here to Meeks. She's playing out in left field today. And that pitch going to miss low for a ball. 2-0 is the count. 2-0 is your score. We're in the bottom of the fourth inning. Northeast with a runner at second with one out after that double brought to you by Davis Ford from Rogers. Awaiting the 2-0 pitch here from Shaw. That one in there for a strike. Nice job by Julia to come back and find the zone. 2-1 now is the count here to Meeks. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, runner at second. Slow roller. Second baseman's going to have to hurry. The throw is in time for the out. It's another one of those balls that took a wicked sideways bounce off this turf. And a good job there by Cooper to find it for out number 2. The runner did advance to third. And now this will bring Minshew to the plate. She was the second Renaissance Bank strikeout victim of the day here for Shaw. So ICC trying to find a way out of this inning with no damage done. Northeast trying to spark a 2-out rally. That pitch finds the corner of the plate for a strike. 0-1 is the count. So no balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runner at third here for the Tigers. ICC leads it 2-0. This one popped up, foul territory. Smith goes over and makes the play. What a play by Jessie Smith. Catches it over her shoulder. Unfortunately, the camera was not wide enough to catch it there, but man, she had her back completely turned to the ball. Dove for it. Basket catch for out number 3 to cut down the run. And ICC gets out of the inning with no damage done. We'll head to the 5th. ICC leads it 2-0. Back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
So when are you going to give me back for the pizza?
Oh, personal foul. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Make a successful handoff when you transfer funds to friends and family with Zelle and the Renaissance mobile app. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Make the right call for 24/7 roadside assistance and sign up for Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking today.
They say Diet Coke is a mom's drink. Well, you copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music. Now, copy her drink. Drink what your mama gave you.
Hey, honey, could you help me with this? Today tastes like staying in. And it never tasted this good.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we now head to the top of the 5th inning. As looks like Coach Ernest might be making some changes as she was talking to the home plate umpire in between the innings. So while we have a break in the action, we'll catch you up on the scoring right now, as thanks to Sam's Town Market. 2-0 is your score. Turner started the game with a single out to right. She advanced to second on a sacrifice bunt by Sammy Day Jones and then scored on a double down the line and right by Jessie Smith. And then Smith came around to score on a McLean double, and that's 2-0 is your score, and that's where we're at right now in this one. It's that first pitch high for a ball. Back to the top of the lineup here. Turner, Day Jones, and Smith due up here in the top of the 5th. Turner pops one over the head, and just a snow cone catch there by the pitcher as she jumped as high as she could and was able to squeeze that one for the out. If she don't make that play, that's probably an infield single there for Turner. So a big-time play there by Gray to rob the Indians of a base hit. So Turner's out, 1 away now, and this is going to bring Sammy Day Jones to the plate. That pitch, Sammy Day shook her head yes, but the umpire said a ball. The ICC fans will take that one. Northeast fans, well, you're hearing a few of them bark, rightfully so. 1-0 is the count. Hard hit ball, but the second baseman in the right spot at the right time. 4-3 on the putout of Day Jones, and quickly 2 away here in the top of the 5th. And now this will be Jessie Smith coming to the plate. As we already mentioned, Jessie had that RBI double in her first at bat, eventually came around to score. absolutely ripped one, but directly to the center fielder in her last at bat. Looks at that first pitch, low for a ball. 1-0 is the count. We're in the top of the 5th inning. 2-0 ICC with the lead, trying to bounce back after dropping a 3-1 decision in game 1. That pitch of beauty in there for a strike. I think Smith a little upset with herself that she didn't pull the trigger on that one. Coach Ernest wanting to call time to talk to Jessie here, is maybe just trying to get her to refocus, as she was clearly upset with herself that she didn't take advantage of that last pitch that she thought she could have done something with. So just want to get her refocused. As Smith is in the batter's box, ready to go, but the home plate umpire is not. He's back and writing his notes. So now Jessie will dig in with a 1-1 count, 2 outs, nobody on here in the top of the 5th inning. Smith hammers this one deep left field, and it's gone! A solo home run off the bat of Jessie Smith, and you can tell she took some of her frustrations out on the softball there, and ICC now goes up 3-0. Well, that was a line drive home run, and that's one of those, talking with Coach Kurt back in the day, that's when you know you hit it. When you get one on a rope like that just gets out of the ballpark in a hurry. And that one quickly exits stage left for that 2-out home run, second RBI of the day, second run scored of the day, of the game. And it's now 3-0 here with that clutch home run off the bat of Smith. And now this is going to bring Tyree to the plate. So Riley takes that first pitch high for a ball. She had almost put one out of the park in game 1. Dribbles this one. Third baseman will find it. Throw over will be in time. 5-3 on the putout of Tyree. But ICC does get 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th. ICC leads it 3-0. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this.
Another great Saturday of college football.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next? What's next?
What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
what's next?
Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
High school seniors, listen up. Your journey at Itawamba Community College begins now. Registration for ICC's orientation sessions is now open. This free, required, and incredibly beneficial event is a must. Discover the ins and outs of campus life, create your class schedule for the fall. Spots are filling up fast, so don't miss out. Register for one of our spring or summer sessions at www.iccms.edu/orientation.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head now to the bottom of the 5th inning. You got that solo home run off the bat of Jessie Smith. I tell you what, folks, she has seen the ball well here of late. She's got 2 hits, both of those for extra bases. She had a double and an RBI, and then that solo home run. 3-0 now is the lead for ICC in game 2. Due up here for the Tigers will be the 7, 8, 9 batters, Savage, McKinney, and Calicut. Here for the Tigers. Julia Shaw still in the circle here for ICC. As we mentioned, Indians trying to bounce back after dropping a 3-1 decision in game 1. As that pitch finds the corner for a strike. Well, this was the inning that Northeast got it going in the last game. They scored 3 runs in the bottom of the 5th. Was able to pick up that win there in game 1. So ICC trying to see if they can keep this bottom of the 5th quiet here for the Tigers. Off-speed pitch, and it's a beauty. Swung on and missed. 0-2 now is the count here to Savage. She popped up to the first baseman to end the 2nd inning in her only at bat so far in the contest. So Shaw getting set to deliver the 0-2 pitch. Not a bad spot to miss. Couldn't get her to chase one there. 1-2 now is the count here to Savage from Shaw. So Savage playing third base. We talked about her earlier, how close she was up on Martin in a slap hit situation. As there's strike 3. Well, her coach said don't chase. She didn't. She watched that one go by for the third Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game there for Julia Shaw. Renaissance Bank, find out what's next by visiting renaissancebank.com. Now the DP McKinney will come to the plate. 1 out and nobody on. McKinney grounded out 5-3 in her only at bat so far. This is that first pitch outside for a ball. 1-0 the count here to McKinney. Calicut is on deck. This pitch popped up. It could stay in play, and it will. Great play there by McLean as she bumped into the brick wall behind home plate. Still was able to keep her focus and get the second out of the inning. So now with 2 away, this will bring Calicut to the plate. Calicut grounded out to the second baseman. As we said, every foul ball, or excuse me, every ground ball that's going to the right side of the infield has had some kind of a wicked tail on it. So Cooper has had to play well over there at second as that pitch missing outside for a ball. Because one of them was one of those where she was running hard towards first base. It took such a wicked cut that she had to take at least 3 steps back to her right to go get it, but still was able to record the out. Bunt shown, pulled back, takes it for a ball. 2-0 now is the count here to Calicut. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. ICC leading this one 3-0 here in game 2. 2-0 pitch coming from Shaw. And that one missing outside. So now the count 3-0 here to Calicut. The Indians have not recorded a 3-up, 3-down inning yet in game 2. Is that one in there for a strike? Now you go back to inning 1, it was technically a 3-up, 3-down inning as Harmon was walked but then erased off the bases as she was caught trying to steal first base. That pitch in there for a strike. 3-1 now is the count. And that one missing low, and that's going to be a ball. Second walk of the game issued by Shaw. Comes with 2 outs in the inning. Now we're going to flip it back to the top of the lineup. And this is going to be Harmon. Harmon, no official at bat. She walked, but as we mentioned, was caught stealing. And then her last at bat, she was hit by a pitch, but was left stranded. And so now she'll dig in, trying to spark a 2-out rally here in the bottom of the 5th with ICC leading 3-0 here over Northeast. Shaw getting set to deliver the pitch. Shows bunt. It's going to roll foul. Strike 1. Interesting to try to lay down the bunt there. Wasn't really a sneak bunt. They were just going to try to put the issue on the Indians with 2 outs in the inning. 0-1 is the count here to Harmon. So Harmon will dig back in. Shaw will get set to deliver the pitch. 0-1 is the count. This pitch popped up. Shallow right field, but Cooper will go back and make the play for the out. So the Indians get around that 2-out walk as there was no runs, no hits, no errors, and a runner left on base. We've played 5. ICC leads it 3-0. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Davis Ford in Fulton is built on customer service. It's been a founding pillar of Davis Ford since opening our doors in 1964. We are proud to announce winning the 2022 Ford President's Award for Customer Service. Davis Ford was the only dealer in Mississippi to achieve this award, marking a record-setting 20th time. Davis Ford would like to say thank you to our valued customers. We wouldn't be here without you and your commitment to us.
High school seniors, listen up. Your journey at Itawamba Community College begins now. Registration for ICC's orientation sessions is now open. This free, required, and incredibly beneficial event is a must. Discover the ins and outs of campus life, create your class schedule for the fall. Spots are filling up fast, so don't miss out. Register for one of our spring or summer sessions at www.iccms.edu/orientation.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head now to the top of the 6th inning. ICC leading 3-0 here over Northeast in Game 2. It will be the 5, 6, 7 batters due up here for the Indians, McLean, Beckley, and Shaw. Off-speed pitch high for a ball. 1-0 is the count here to McLean. McLean has had a hot bat today. She had an RBI double in her first at-bat, stole a base, and then she also had a single. Her runner was Clemens that came in and run that second time for us. That pitch finds the strike. So technically, each time that she's been on base, she's ended up being left stranded. And both times was left stranded at third. 1-1 pitch. This one ripped down the line and bouncing off the net. And Coach Ernest ducks out of the way there. 1-2 now is the count. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs here to McLean. Beckley is on deck. She singled and was left stranded in her last at bat. McLean pops this one up. Right fielder coming in, but instead the second baseman will make the play for the out. First time that McLean has been retired here in Game 2. And now this is going to bring up Beckley. Beckley, 1 for 2 here in Game 2, as we already mentioned. Singled and was left stranded in her last at bat, grounded out to the pitcher to end the first in her first at bat. Shows bunt, pulls back and takes it for a ball as she's batting from the right side this time. Switch hitter. She bats from the left or right, pending the situation. Nobody on base here with 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning. Tried to bunt that one. It goes foul. 1-1 now is the count here to Beckley. So waiting the 1-1 pitch here to Beckley as she comes back to the plate. 3-0 ICC with the lead here in the top of the 6th. Awaiting the 1-1 pitch. That pitch outside, missing, nobody on base, so it gets away from the catcher. No damage done. 2-1 now is the count here to Beckley. Beckley pops this one up. It's going to get back and out of play. As it's going to come off the roof. And nice job out there by Savage as she awaited for that one to come off the roof. 2-2 now is the count. So Beckley will dig back in with a 2-2 count, waiting for the pitch from Gray. Pitch is on its way. Beckley rips it, and it's going to get through for a base hit. Second hit of the game there for Allie Beckley. Clutch hit there for Beckley. As she will reach on that single, and now Julia Shaw will come to the plate. Shaw will dig in, 1 out, runner at first. 3-0 is the score. She singled. Her runner, Lakin Nichols, came in to run for her, ended up being left stranded at second, and then she struck out in her most recent at bat. Shaw looks at that pitch high and outside for a ball. Maybe trying to see if the runner would try to advance in that situation. Boy, I tell you what, if Shaw could sneak a bunt down that first baseline, she might be able to reach on an infield hit here. Instead, swings away and says, bunt? Who, Adam Gore? I'm going to put it out of the ballpark. Julia Shaw with a 2-run home run, and that's going to help the cause there as she will track around the bases. High five, Coach Ernest, and come touch home. Indians lead it 5-0. Well, I said it earlier in the contest. She can hit for power, and that one was to dead center After I say maybe lay down the bunt, Julia says no. I'm going to park this one to dead center. 5-0 ICC with the lead there. And you talk about helping your cause. A great job by Julia. And so now with one out, this is going to be Martin coming to the dish. Indians up 5-0 here in the top of the 6th. That pitch high and outside for a ball. 1-0 now is the count. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Nobody on after that 2-run home run. So that pitch in there for a strike. 1-1 now is the count. Martin 0 for 2 on the day. Both of those have been ground balls to the third baseman, Savage, who is playing in. That pitch high for a ball. Also looking at the defensive set, the second baseman coming in as well here for Northeast. So 2-1 now is the count. 1 out. That pitch missing outside. 3-1 now is the count here to Martin. Cooper on deck. (3-1) the count to Martin. 1 out. Pitch on its way. Martin fouls that one off. Now the count goes 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. That is the situation here after that 2-run home run off the bat of Julia Shaw. Makes it 5-0 in favor of the Indians here in the top of the 6th inning. Martin will dig in with a full count. Gray looking over to the side, now gets the signal. Getting set to deliver the pitch. That pitch high and a nice at bat there by Martin to draw the walk. And that is going to be the first walk of the game issued there by the Tigers. And so now there's 1 out in the inning. And this is going to bring Camden Cooper to the plate. Camden 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout. Swings on the first pitch he sees, pops this one up. Center fielder will go back and make the play for out number 2. Well, jammed her up a little bit that time.
Top of the order for the Indians.
Impressive that she was able to get the ball out that far after being jammed up. And now this will be Hallie Turner. Turner singled in her first at bat. Since then, popped up in foul territory to third and popped up to the pitcher. That pitch high for a ball. 1-0 the count here. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. 2-run home run by Julia Shaw has made it a 5-0 contest. That pitch high for a ball. 2-0 now is the count here to Turner. Turner, the shortstop. It's where she's been pretty much all season. She also pitches at times. 2-0 pitch coming. Runner goes. Throw is going to be offline. And that'll be a stolen base there for Martin. A rough landing for Martin as she slid through the base. And matter of fact, the infield umpire is going to come check on her, make sure she was okay. It was such a rough landing. She says she's good. As the count now goes 3-0 here. So Turner way ahead in the count. 2 outs in the inning. Runner at second now for Turner with a 3-0 count. Turner looks at that one the whole way. 3-1 now is the count here to Hallie. Indians would love to tack on some more insurance runs here. And that's going to be another walk, back-to-back, or excuse me, not back-to-back walks, but only the second walk of the game issued there. As I forgot there was a fly ball to center in between the previous walk, and now we're going to have a break in the action. Timeout on the field, let's take it with them and hear a word from Guaranty Bank and be back with more right after this.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
Davis Ford in Fulton is built on customer service. It's been a founding pillar of Davis Ford since opening our doors in 1964. We are proud to announce winning the 2022 Ford President's Award for Customer Service. Davis Ford was the only dealer in Mississippi to achieve this award, marking a record-setting 20th time. Davis Ford would like to say thank you to our valued customers. We wouldn't be here without you and your commitment to us.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
Welcome back. No changes made there for Northeast as the umpire let them have a long conversation in that break of action. So that was a walk issued to Turner, and now this is going to bring Sammy Day Jones to the plate. Swings on the first pitch. She sees it, gets through, and they're going to try to score the run, and the ball bounces away, and Martin catches a break. She ran straight through the stop sign that Coach Ernest had put up that time, and Coach Ernest not happy, but the Indians catch a big-time break there as the ball bounced away from the catcher. She was out dead to rights by about a good 4 yards, but luckily for the Indians, did not get the ball, or the catcher did not hold on to it, and so that will be an RBI single, and the Indians catch a big-time break there. Smith rips one, and it's going to drop for another hit. And the throw is going to get away, and that's going to allow the run to score from third, and Smith will head to third on the wild throw. And that's going to be a single for Smith. She advanced to second on the throw. E8 allowed her to advance to third, and Day Jones score. So the Indians add 2 more as she does get the RBI on the play as well. The Indians have put 5 on the board here in the inning. 8-0, ICC with the lead. Boy, have yourself a day, Jessie Smith. She's got 3 RBIs, a solo home run, and 2 runs scored. And now this will be Riley Tyree, who is 0 for 3 on the day. Looking to keep this rally going. ICC have scored 5 here in the top of the 6th. That first pitch high and outside, and a nice job there by the catcher to jump up and find that one before it got away. 1-0 is the count here. Tyree looks at that off-speed pitch. It's a beauty as it falls in there for a strike. 1-1 now is the count. We said the Indians want to pick up some insurance runs. Well, they have done that. 5 so far here in the inning. That pitch missing outside for a ball. 2-1 now is the count here to Riley Tyree. Smith is at third after a single that drove in a run. She advanced to second on the throw and headed over to third on the throwing error. As this one popped up, deep center fielder, those going to be able to camp underneath it for the out. But not before the damage was done there by the Indians. 5 runs on 4 hits and 1 error with 1 left on base. We'll take the timeout, hear a few words from our sponsors, and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Another great Saturday of college football.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next? What's next?
What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
what's next?
Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
High school seniors, listen up. Your journey at Itawamba Community College begins now. Registration for ICC's orientation sessions is now open. This free, required, and incredibly beneficial event is a must. To Discover the ins and outs of campus life, create your class schedule for the fall. Spots are filling up fast, so don't miss out. Register for one of our spring or summer sessions at www.iccms.edu/orientation.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head now to the bottom of the 6th inning. ICC puts a crooked letter on the board there in the top of the 6th. They lead it now 8-0 and are technically 3 outs away from calling this one early here in Game 2. Nice bounce back after dropping the first game of the day by the final score of 3-1. Disappointing performance as they had numerous runners left on in scoring position, just couldn't come up with timely hits. Well, that hasn't been the case today. ICC is 11 hits on the board here in Game 2. 2 of those home runs, Jesse Smith with a solo home run and a 2-run shot by Julia Shaw, who is in the circle here for the Indians, trying to close things down here in the bottom of the 6th. Holcomb, Carnathan, and Rogers scheduled up here in the bottom of the 6th for the Tigers. First pitch high for a ball here to Holcomb. She lined out back to the pitcher in her first at bat, popped up to the second baseman to end the third. She's 0 for 2. That pitch, don't know where it missed. Umpire, typically on a questionable call, will show either outside or up, and didn't show either one that time. 2-0 now is the count. Again, a good-looking pitch, called a ball. 3-0 is the count here to Holcomb. If I'm McLean, I at least get an explanation on where, at least not that one. That one did look up a little bit, but the last pitch looked pretty good. That one, same spot. This time called a strike. 3-1 now is the count here to Holcomb. Well, you got to be careful. Rogers is in the hole. She has been red hot here in Game 2. She's 2 for 2 with a double. This pitch popped up, getting back, and it's going to get out of play off the netting. And now the count will go full at 3-2. I thought the ball was going to roll off the net there for a second, but decided to stay in the netting up there. So now the count goes full, 3-2 here to Holcomb. Nice job by Shaw to battle back and find a way to force the count to go full. So Holcomb will dig in. She's leading us off here in the bottom of the 6th. ICC leading 8-0. That pitch is going to miss low for a ball. So a leadoff walk issued to Holcomb, as Northeast needs a run to force this one to the 7th. No outs and a runner at first. And this will be Carnathan, the shortstop, who is 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout and a ground out to the pitcher. Well, the Indians would love to turn a Little Caesars double play here. As that pitch missing low for a ball. See if Northeast gets aggressive trying to get that runner in scoring position here. They've been thrown out once today trying to steal, actually twice today, but once in this game trying to steal. That was back in the first inning. 1-0 the count as that pitch missed low. That pitch follows suit. 2-0 now is the count here to Carnathan. As we mentioned, the dangerous Rogers on deck for Northeast. 2-0 is the count here to Carnathan. That went in there for a strike. Good job of coming back that same corner, this time up a little bit more. 2-1 now is the count here to Carnathan. 2 balls, 1 strike, no outs, and a runner at first. 8-0 ICC with the lead here over Northeast. This pitch popped up right side. It's going to get out of play. And it's actually off one of these support poles here for the netting. As now the count will even up at 2-2. Well, our bus driver, Mr. Mike, was over there. Could have made a play on it. Said, nah, it's a little too cold. So he elected to just watch that one fall in front of him. 2-2 now is the count. Be a great time for a Renaissance Bank strikeout here if Shaw has one in her pocket. 2-2 pitch, off speed, missing low. 3-2 now is the count. So the count goes full. Carnathan at the plate, runner at first with no outs. That's Holcomb who drew a walk to start the inning. 3-2 pitch coming here from Shaw. This one popped up. Shortstop will go over and make the play for out number 1. Well, didn't get quite enough of it, as that was a nice job by Turner hustling over to pop underneath that one for the first out of the inning. And now this is going to bring up Rogers. Rogers has been red hot here in game 1. She singled to start the first inning and singled to start the second inning, doubled with 1 out in the 4th inning. Snap throw down to first is not in time. That pitch missing outside for a ball. She's been left in scoring position each time that she's reached today. 1-0 is the count here to Rogers, who is playing first base. That pitch inside, nearly hitting her. 2-0 now is the count. Coach Ernest wants to come out and talk to her sophomore pitcher here. Let's hear from Guaranty Bank and be back with more right after this.
Guaranty Bank, formerly known as First American National Bank, is a proud supporter of ICC athletics. Visit gbtonline.com. Guaranty Bank, we're more than a bank, we're a community.
Welcome back. No changes made there for ICC. Looks like they were just trying to make sure they were on the same page of the calls between the Coach Ernest and the battery there. So 2-0 is the count. 1 out. Runner at first. 8-0. ICC with the lead here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Trying to bounce back to earn a split here on the road with Northeast. That pitch is called a strike. Ball gets away on the throw down to second, so the runner will advance on the error. Well, sometimes you get a little greedy trying to get that out. And so now the runner advances into scoring position here with 1 out. That does take off the traditional double play. And so now 2-1 the count here to Rogers. Runner at second. As we mentioned, they need a run to force this one to the 7th. So that pitch missing low for a ball. 3-1 now is the count. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner at second. Bottom of the 6th inning. ICC leading this one 8-0 here over Northeast. This pitch popped up and trouble. But Cooper makes the play and tries to turn 2 but can't do so. What a catch by Cooper diving in there. Boy, if she could have turned that for a Little Caesars double play, that easily would have been our What a Play Wednesday, but a heck of an effort there by Cooper to come in and make the play. I've sang her praises all day today on the way she's played at second, but my goodness, that was a special play there. Might have heard her family cheering all the way from Louisiana after that one. So now this is going to bring Meeks to the plate. 2 outs and a runner at second. This one ripped, and it's going to drop for a hit. And they're going to ask the run to score, and she will, as that will be an RBI single. And the runner will advance to second on the throw. And so now we will have to head to the 7th inning as Northeast pushed the issue there and was able to score the run. And it's now 8-1 with 2 outs and a runner at second. Well, that's what you got to do if you're Northeast in that case. You got to take advantage, or excuse me, you got to take the chance and make the perfect throw home. And so now it's 8-1 here. Still got to find that last out of the inning. Do the Indians as a big swing and a miss there, as this is Minshew. She struck out swinging in her first at bat, and then was robbed. Well, wasn't robbed of a hit, but a great play over at third base as the Tigers coach is wanting a fan who is trying to leave, or they're trying to get the lights to go off over there as they got them to go off now as the fan pulled up. And that's the bad thing about like these new vehicles back in the day, and I'm speaking for a lot of folks when I say back in the day, they didn't have these automatic lights that automatically turned on whenever you came on or opened your door. As this pitch fouled back, 0-2 now is the count. And so a lot of people just don't realize that sometimes your vehicle does that. And you get so used to it, so you don't think about turning them on or off in that situation. As the fan is trying to back out and leave here, as you got to give her a chance here, folks, as she's just trying to leave the ballpark. She's got to have her lights on at night. So 0-2 is the count here to Minshew. Shaw getting set to deliver the pitch. This one popped up. Right fielder Beckley jogs in, dances around, and grabs it for the out. But the Tigers do get one run on the board, so we'll have to take it to the top of the 7th. ICC leads it 8-1 as we'll take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Another great Saturday of college football.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next? What's next?
What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
what's next?
Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
High school seniors, listen up. Your journey at Itawamba Community College begins now. Registration for ICC's orientation sessions is now open. This free, required, and incredibly beneficial event is a must. Discover the ins and outs of campus life, create your class schedule for the fall. Spots are filling up fast, so don't miss out. Register for one of our spring or summer sessions at www.iccms.edu/orientation.
And welcome back now as we head to the top of the 7th inning. As ICC leading this one 8-1 after a run scored there by the Tigers in the bottom of the 6th forces us to move on here to the 7th inning. ICC now's got to make sure they can take care of business and close this one out. They're trying to earn the split here with the number 17 team in the country. After dropping the first game of the day 3-1, as this is going to be Chloe McLean to lead us off here for the Indians. She's caught both game in 1 and 2 today, as that first pitch outside for a ball, as this is Alyssa Gray in the circle. McLean is 2 for 3 on the day, a double and a single. She has an RBI and stole a base, but both times has been left stranded in scoring position. There's a off-speed pitch, found a piece of it. Third baseman's going to have to hurry and will get her by a step. And so McLean will ground out 5-3 for the first out of the inning here. Now this will bring Beckley to the dish. Beckley, 2 for 3 on the day. Back-to-back singles in her last at-bat. She did score a run. She's also grounded out to the pitcher. So one away now here in the top of the 7th inning. ICC up 8-1 here over Northeast. Beckley looks at that pitch, finds the edge of the plate for a strike. 0-1 is the count here to Allie. Julia Shaw on deck for the Indians. She had a 2-run home run in her last at bat. Part of that 5-run 6th inning. As that pitch missing outside. 1-1 now is the count here to Allie Beckley. Boy, I tell you what, it felt good coming to the ballpark today, but now it is cold. You see a lot of fans retreating to get jackets. As that pitch missing outside, 2-1 now is the count. I'm in the ICC Alumni Association and Foundation broadcast booth. I'm actually indoors versus being outdoors like we normally are with softball, and I can even feel how chilly it is outside. That pitch missing outside, 3-1 now is the count here to Beckley. Three balls, 1 strike, and 1 out. Allie Beckley at the plate. Nobody on. Stands in, watches that one low for a ball, and she will draw the 1-out walk. And now this will bring Julia Shaw to the plate. Shaw had a monster home run to dead center field in her last at-bat. She's 2 for 3 on the day. She singled back in the first, struck out there in the 4th, and as we mentioned, had that 2-run home run in her last at-bat. Beckley goes. Throw down is not in time as ends up in center field. And so that'll be a stolen base there for Beckley. That pitch called a ball. So Shaw will dig back in with a 1-0 count. Runner at second. Shaw looks at that pitch in the dirt. Blocked up beautifully there by Minshew as Beckley thought about heading to third but retreated back to second after she saw that Minshew came up with the ball cleanly. 2-0 now is the count here to Shaw. That pitch missing outside. 3-0 now is the count here to Julia. We talked about this game started off being a game that saw twin sisters starting against each other in the circle. Shaw takes that one the whole way in there for a strike. 3-1 now is the count. Julia's sister Jana got the start for Northeast, but went an inning plus before getting pulled. And Shaw's going to draw the walk. Nice patient at bat there by Julia. Back-to-back walks now issued here by the Tigers. And this is going to be Martin coming to the dish. So Martin will dig in here. She is 0 for 2 with a walk, a stolen base, and a run scored. Part of that 5-run 6th inning. And it's helped ICC have this 8-1 lead here over the Tigers in the top of the 7th. That pitch missing low and outside now. Beckley will go in to steal third, and she's safe, and not by much, though. And then it's going to be the second stolen base of this inning and of the game here for Beckley, as you saw the tag up there in your upper left-hand corner. Pitch called a ball. 1-0 is the count. Martin at the plate. Asks for time, and now Northeast is actually going to come out and take it and send their signs up here defensively. So 1-0 is the count here to Martin. Takes that pitch on the corner for a strike. 1-1 now is the count. You got Shaw at first, who drew a walk. Beckley at third, who drew a walk and has stole a couple of bases to get there. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the top of the 7th inning. ICC up 8-1. That pitch missing low and outside. 2-1 now is the count. But you got to be careful here. Those last couple of pitches have gotten away in the dirt. If he gets away from the catcher, Beckley's got enough speed to score. That pitch high for a ball. 3-1 now is the count. So 3 balls, 1 strike. Martin at the dish. Fouls that one off, and now the count will go 3-2. 1 out. Runners on the corners here for the Indians. We're in the top of the 7th. Game 2 between ICC and Northeast here in softball. Indians lead it 8-1. Martin swing and a miss at what looked to be ball 4. So a big-time Renaissance Bank strikeout there. The second out of the inning. And now this is going to bring Cooper to the plate.
Number 13, second baseman Camden Cooper.
Cooper made an outstanding diving catch in that previous inning. Almost turned 2 as that off-speed pitch high for a ball. As I said, had she turned 2, would for sure be a What a Play Wednesday brought to you by Renaissance Bank. Not saying that last catch, that catch in itself may not be our What a Play Wednesday. That pitch finds the corner for a strike. 1-1 now is the count. Runners on the corners here for the Indians. ICC would love to tack on an insurance run before we head to the bottom of the 7th. 8-1 is the score here. 1-1 pitch coming. That pitch, beautiful. Kind of turned over at the last second and rolled back into the strike zone as Cooper thought it was coming inside. 2-1 now is the count. So waiting the 1-2 offering here. Cooper rips this one. Second baseman in the right spot at the right time will zip it over for the out. 4-3 to end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. ICC 3 outs away from picking up the Game 2 win here over Northeast. 8-1 is the score. We'll take a break and hear a few words from our sponsors and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Ooh, fumble. Let's give her a Renaissance replay. Make the right call with Renaissance and get cell phone protection with Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking. Sign up today.
$5 for my own money?
That's a bad call. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Sign up for Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking with ATM refunds today.
High school seniors, listen up. Your journey at Itawamba Community College begins now. Registration for ICC's orientation sessions is now open. This free, required, and incredibly beneficial event is a must. Discover the ins and outs of campus life, create your class schedule for the fall. Spots are filling up fast, so don't miss out. Register for one of our spring or summer sessions at www.iccms.edu/orientation.
Welcome back now as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. ICC with a 8-1 lead here over Northeast in Game 2, trying to bounce back and earn a split here with the number 17 Tigers. If so, it would be the second nationally ranked team in a row that ICC has been able to earn a split with. A split with number 2 Pearl River on Sunday with a 3-2 win in Game 1. Nearly swept Pearl River as they dropped the first game in 10 innings. And so now ICC got to take care of business here. Still some meat left on the bone as this is going to be Savage. She swings on the first pitch, pops it up. Shaw calls everyone off. 1 pitch, 1 out, and that's what you like if you're the Indians.
Number 17, Natalie McKinney.
So now this will bring McKinney to the plate. McKinney, the DP here in Game 2. She's 0 for 2 on the day. Grounded out to third and popped up in foul territory to the catcher. Tell you, Chloe McLean, very underrated for her defensive play behind the plate for the Indians. Has a hot bat as well. She's had a couple of hits in this game. So that pitch going to miss low for a ball. Shaw trying to go the distance here to pick up the win for the Indians. 1-0 is the count here to McKinney. That pitch missing up for a ball. 2-0 now is the count. Kind of had to wait a second to see what the umpire was going to call in that situation. 2-0 is the count. Shaw getting set to deliver the pitch. That one right down the middle for a strike. 2-1 now is the count. Got a lot of fans leaving the Boonville Belmont game, so see if they'll continue to let them play without interruption as there's a lot of lights being put on in the parking lot. We saw Northeast kind of bring it to a halt earlier when they had some lights on. As this pitch fouled back, 2-2 now is the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, and nobody on. We're in the bottom of the 7th. ICC trying to hang tight here to pick up the 8-1 win over Northeast. McKinney back in the box. Shaw set to deliver. Pitch coming. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Another Renaissance Bank strikeout there from Shaw. I've got that as her 4th of the evening. And now with 2 outs, this is going to bring Calicut to the plate. She walked in her last at bat. She's also grounded out 4-3, so she's 0 for 1 with the walk so far here in Game 2. ICC an out away from earning the split here with the nationally ranked Tigers. Swing and a miss, strike 1. 0-1 the count here to Calicut. Infield playing her regular. Now Smith kind of creeping up a little bit at third. That pitch missing low and outside. 1-1 now is the count here to Calicut. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Remind you to stay tuned. We'll have the Renaissance Bank postgame report coming your way at the conclusion of this one. 1-1 pitch. That one runs inside, called a strike. 1-2 now is the count here to Calicut. We'll name our Samstown Market star of the game, and we're going to have a tough time coming up with that one. May have to go with co-stars this evening. Awaiting the 1-2 pitch here, Shaw. That one missing low. 2-2 now is the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Nobody on. Bottom of the 7th. ICC looking to close the door on this one, and it'd be a great way to finish it off here with the Renaissance Bank strikeout if Shaw's got one. Instead, it's going to be a foul ball down the line, and the count will stay 2-2. I tried to set that one up, but just couldn't do so. It's a nice job there by Calicut to find that off-speed pitch, foul it off, and keep the at-bat alive. So the count will stay 2-2 here on the center fielder, Calicut. Shaw gets the signals from the sideline. Now set to deliver the 2-2 pitch to Calicut. This one fouled off. Nice at-bat right now here for Calicut to try to extend this contest with a base hit. See if she can spark a 2-out rally here in Boonville. So Calicut will dig back in. Shaw will toe the rubber. 2-2 is the count. Pitch coming from Shaw. Swung on, ground ball. Second baseman will come up, throw it over, and the error. No, threw it away. Didn't have to rush the throw. And so an E4 on the play there. I think Cooper kind of looked up a little bit too soon and thought the runner was further down the line than she was. And so we'll continue on here with the 2-out error. And I'm telling you, folks, in this league, crazy things happen, so you don't want to go anywhere just yet. As we're back to the top of the lineup here in Harmon. This is where you want to get right now if you're the Tigers. Back to the top part of the lineup with 2 outs in the inning and a runner at first base. Shaw's pitch missing low for a ball. So 1-0 is the count here to Harmon. She's 0 for 1 of the day. She's walked and been hit by a pitch, but she was also thrown out trying to steal back in the first. 1-0 pitch on its way. That one high for a ball. Have that as the second error of the game for the Indians. They only got 1 on the board. Is that pitch missing low and inside for a ball? There's no way that last play was a hit. Whoever scored that a hit, boy, that's some pepper in the gumbo and some home cooking there. That pitch in there for a strike. 3-1 now is the count as Harmon taking the whole way that time. So waiting the 3-1 pitch here. That one right down the middle. 3-2 now is the count. Don't blame her for taking that one, because right now if you're Northeast, you've got to have base runners on the bags. 3-2 is the count here to Harmon. 2 outs in the inning. Indians looking for the exit. 3-2 pitch coming. This one fouled back, and we'll do it all over again. So 3-2 is the count. Pitch on its way. This one popped up. Foul out of play. And the count will stay at 3-2. So Tigers not going quietly into the evening here as Harmon continues to battle here at the plate. Counts full at 3-2. There is a runner at first with 2 outs here in the inning. That runner is Calicut, who reached on an error. This one popped up. It's going to get back and stay out of play. And this one should roll back. Nope, the net caught that one too. So we'll sit once again at 3-2. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at first. We're in the bottom of the 7th. ICC leading 8-1 here over Northeast. Pitch coming. That one missing outside, and that'll be a walk. Well, as I said, craziness happens in the MACCCC. And so you don't want to close this one out just too early yet. As now this will be Holcomb coming to the plate. Holcomb, she walked and advanced to second when the throw down to first on the pickoff got away. She eventually came around to score there in that 6th inning to extend the contest. Swings on that one, fouls it off, strike one. So 0-1 is the count here to Holcomb. As I said, if you're the Tigers right now, you got to be patient, work yourself into a really good situation to swing the bat, because you, as we said, need runners on the bags as they trail this one 8-1 here in the bottom of the 7th. Off-speed pitch is missing outside. 1-1 now is the count. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runners at first and second here for the Tigers. Shaw's pitch, that one missing outside. 2-1 now is the count here to Holcomb. If she were to reach, then Carnathan would be up next for the Tigers. And she will step into a bases loaded situation if she did. Well, that goes unless this goes for a double or anything. As that pitch fouled back. 2-2 now is the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. ICC trying to close the door on this one. Holcomb at the dish trying to extend the contest a little bit more here. 2-2 pitch. All speed up. 3-2 now is the count. Some of the fans that were here for the Belmont and Boonville game has made their way over here to the ballpark, trying to check out the last part of the game here. 3-2 pitch coming from Shaw. Foul back and will stay at 3-2. Again, Tigers refusing to go quietly into the evening here. They trail at 8-1. We're in the bottom of the 7th. 2 outs. Runners at first and second here for the Tigers. Holcomb, the right fielder, at the plate. Shaw's pitch. This one popped back and out of play. And so once again, we'll stay at 3-2. So 3-2 is the count here to Holcomb. Shaw getting set to deliver the pitch. This one popped up, and it's going to get out of play, or is it? Beckley's going to go over, and Beckley will make the play. Wow. Beckley makes the play, and ICC picks up the 8-1 win here in Game 2. We'll take a break and be back with the Renaissance Bank postgame report right after this.
Another great Saturday of college football.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next? What's next?
What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
what's next?
Renaissance Bank, understanding you.
And welcome back to the Renaissance Bank postgame report. ICC picks up the 8-1 win in the nightcap to earn the split with number 17 Northeast. So ICC will improve to 14-19 overall. More importantly, move 6-6 in conference play. Northeast will fall to 26-12, and they'll pull back even 5-5 in conference play as well. Final lines of the evening. ICC, 8 runs, 11 hits, 2 errors. Northeast, 1 run, 3 hits, and 1 error. Even though my final stats do not agree with that of the big board, because there was no way that Calicutt's reached on an error. There's no way that was a hit. So a little home cooking there for the stats of Northeast. So let's take a look at some final stats here for ICC. Turner had a single. Dave Jones had a single and an RBI. Turner also scored a run, and so did Sammy Day Jones. Jessie Smith, she was 3 for 4. She had a home run, a single, and a double. She had 3 RBIs and 2 runs scored. Riley Tyree 0 for 4. McLean was 2 for 4 in the day. She had an RBI, a stolen base, and a double. Beckley was 2 for 3 with a walk, a pair of singles, and a run scored. Julia Shaw, an impressive day at the plate as well as in the circle. She was 2 for 3 with a walk. She had a 2-run home run and a single and a run scored. Martin was 0 for 3 on the day with a walk, a stolen base, and a run scored. And Cooper was 0 for 4 with a strikeout. So our Sonic star of the game, we're going to have to go with co-stars of the game in this one, as it's going to be Julia Shaw, as she was said she had that 2-run home run. And then also Jessie Smith. She was 2 for 3 on the day, had that solo home run, a double, and 3 RBIs as well. In the circle, Shaw, nice day. She gave up 1 run. It was earned in that situation. She scattered 3 hits, and she also struck out 4 while only walking 2 in the complete game effort here in Game 2. So that's going to do it here. ICC splits with Northeast, dropping Game 1 3-1, winning Game 2 8-1 here in Boonville. We'll be back in action tomorrow in Fulton as the baseball team comes to town, as it'll be a 2 o'clock Guaranteed Bank opening pitch between ICC and Northeast. Join us right back here on the Red Channel. Softball will be back in action on Thursday as they host Southwest. And then, of course, we've got tennis going on Wednesday and Thursday. Wednesday, they will host Jones at a start at 2 o'clock. And then Thursday, they'll be on the road in New Albany as they take on Northeast at a start at 11 a.m. So for Raphael Henry, Cal Brown, I'm Adam Gore saying so long from Fulton as ICC gets to split with Northeast. We'll see you next time here on the ICC Sports Network.
Another great Saturday of college football.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next? What's next?
What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
what's next?
Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.